Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Hi, it's me. Hello. The lighting's about to get weird again, I can just feel it. My name is Flo. I am trying to upload at least Monday to Friday in December, so feel free to subscribe, join the party. I am here literally all the time. I do lifestyle, vlogging, wellness. Today we're talking about skincare, so a little bit of everything. I thought it'd be fun to throw this in here because I'm someone who cares a lot about skincare. If you do not know, I used to work in skincare. That's kind of like all the thoughts in my brain all the time. I obviously purchased a lot of skincare. If you watch my vlogs, you would have seen that. So I thought I would just sit down today and talk about my winter skincare routine. It doesn't change a ton. I do add a few more things in the wintertime though, so this is kind of going to be an overview of my morning and my evening skincare routine. I wanted to do both of them in one video because then if I do like a morning winter routine and a nighttime winter routine, I don't have to like spend half the video talking about my skincare. So this is going to be kind of my all-inclusive, in-depth skincare routine. Give you kind of a tiny little bit of a backstory first. I used to have really oily skin, super acne prone skin in high school, senior year of high school, freshman year of university, and on Accutane. My skin totally cleared up. I do still get little breakouts that you will see, but for the most part I am really dry, dehydrated, and I deal with texture, especially around like my nose, so I'm always exfoliating and rehydrating to make sure that my makeup sits nicely on top of it. Also, I'm dealing with like everyone's struggle of like COVID maskne, so I'm having breakouts for that as well. Let's start off with my morning routine. My morning routine is definitely less intense than my nighttime routine. I tend to have more time at night because I am not really a morning person, so my nighttime routine is going to be like the longer part of this, but we'll start with my morning routine. To be totally honest, I don't really cleanse my face in the morning. For the most part, I am not getting a lot of sleep and I'm going to bed very late and then waking up relatively early and sleeping on clean pillowcases. So I don't see the point of rewashing my face in the morning unless I like had a mask on or something like that. But a few things that I will always do for the most part. I used to exfoliate every single day in the morning. I've been switching up my products a little bit so I don't anymore, but if I do exfoliate in the morning, I tend to use the Ordinary's Glycolic acid. I find it's not super harsh and it's really easy to just throw on, and it doesn't leave my skin feeling super flaky and gross and dry if I'm going to put makeup on directly afterwards. But I don't always exfoliate in the morning, but if I do, that's my go-to. Then I'll go in with something to rehydrate the skin because I obviously just dehydrated it by exfoliating it. So I flip-flop in between different hydrating toners. Right now I'm using one from Belif. I don't think this is like the biggest, most important step. I didn't use a toner until like a couple months ago, if we're being totally honest, but I just think it replenishes my skin a little bit. And then after that I'll go in with some sort of serum. Lately I've been doing a hyaluronic acid. There's different like antioxidant serums. There's a ton of different things that you can use, but because I'm dry, I like doing a hyaluronic, and because you're supposed to put hyaluronic on wet skin, I like doing the hydrating toner first and then applying the hyaluronic on while my skin is still wet. Lastly, I will go in with a like morning moisturizer. I'm super dry, so I like to use oils. I mostly have been using the Sunday Riley CEO oil. I'm literally almost out of it. I'm gonna insert separate product shots so you can see it better, but like I'm almost out. I use this so much. I'll usually go in with an oil just because I like the consistency of an oil. Because I'm almost out of this one, I might switch over to something new afterwards. I haven't decided yet. So if you're really dry and dehydrated and you have like a morning oil or like a day oil or like a really rich daytime moisturizer, let me know. I will absolutely check it out. But I will do this, and then I know I'm not the best about SPF. When I lived in Orlando, I applied sunscreen all day, every day. I'm really not picky with my sunscreen. When I lived there, I used a stick sunscreen because I could just throw it in my pouch or in my like pockets when I was working outside. It would either be my character tag pouch or in just like my short skirt pocket, I guess, when I was working like parking. But I used a stick and I would literally just rub it on my face and I didn't break out at all. It was the Neutrogena one. It was great. Now I just switch between what I have. So I was using the Neutrogena SPF 100 last summer. I have like a little baby of like this Tarte one that I'll use if it's super sunny out here. Or I have the, I don't know where it is, but I have the Tarte powder that I was using when I was in Orlando too, but the only problem about that is I was always really sweaty when I was in Orlando, so it didn't go on great, but that's another option. Usually I'll go and check like the UV index. Like today it's 0, so I'm not super worried about wearing sunscreen, but if you are someone who's using really exfoliating products, especially in the morning, you want to make sure you're putting on a sunscreen, so you don't want to help your skin age, because 90% of signs of aging come from sun damage. So wear your sunscreen, kids. That is pretty much it. I'll obviously wear like lip balms and stuff like that, but I tend to be more of like a glossy gal anyways, so I'll throw like a lip gloss over top. I have like the Glossier one I really like. I have the Balm.com and Mint in my car that I'll put on. I have the Birthday Cake Balm.com. I'll just throw something on, but it's like a lip product, not a skincare product in my mind. Now we're on to the longer part. This is my nighttime skincare routine. She's a little bit more dramatic. Like I said, she's longer, involves a lot more products, and then afterwards I'm going to talk about kind of like my treatment steps that I'll do a couple times a week. Pretty similar: cleanse, exfoliate, tone, serum, moisturize. That sounds about right. Oh, sometimes I'll do an eye cream in the morning, but I'm like not a stickler for it, but sometimes I will. To cleanse, I switch up my cleansers literally all the time. I kind of like my daily cleanser and then my treatment cleanser. So my daily cleanser, I've been using the Squalane cleanser from the Ordinary. I really like it. It's super basic. It doesn't strip my skin, but doesn't leave me feel like I have a gross like sticky oil on my skin like some balms do. So really like that guy. And then a couple times a week I'll use the Tatcha Deep Cleanse. This is meant for oily skin, but I really like it as someone who has like textured skin. It has like little rice particles in it, so it's a little bit gritty and it foams up really nice. So I keep that one in my shower, and then I use it in my shower a couple times a week, where the Squalane cleanser is one that I'll use like every night. And then after I go with the cleanser to kind of like take off any like moisture that's on my face after I rinse my face off, I will use a wet makeup razor or microfiber, whatever you want to call it, cloth. There's a bunch of different brands of them. I just happen to have the makeup razor because I'm pretty sure I got it for free and gratis when I worked at Sephora way back when. But I use that to kind of go in around like my nose and under my eyes, things like that, to kind of get rid of any makeup. If I'm wearing like super heavy makeup, like a full face, lash glue, all that good stuff, then I'll go in with an oil. The Tatcha Camellia Cleansing Oil is probably my favorite oil, and it lasts for forever because I like never use it unless I have a full face on, which is not very often recently, especially because of COVID. I will go in and exfoliate similar to the Ordinary Glycolic. Lately I've been using the solution from Glossier, which is an AHA, BHA, PHA. I do really want to try the Inkey Lists PHA. I literally have it in my cart at Sephora right now to purchase. I like glycolics, lactics. I would prefer something like that than like a scrub. I will use scrubs sometimes. I don't think scrubs are like the devil like some people do, but I have almost always preferred chemical exfoliants. Then I'll go back and use that hydrating toner one more time. Another serum. Usually I do a hyaluronic, to be totally honest. Every once in a while I'll switch up and use like something fancier, but it tends to be a hyaluronic because it's cheap and it hydrates my skin. And then I will go in with like my like finishing night product. I don't know what else to call it. Oh, and an eye cream. I always forget about eye creams. I'm not picky about eye creams. I've used like 4 different ones. They all feel the same to me. That's why I'm not going to elaborate on eye creams. For my last step at night, this is the kind of thing that I will switch up. So pretty regularly I'll go with an oil, the type of oil I switch around a lot. Right now I'm using the fresh Seaberry oil, but it's definitely on the more luxurious, expensive side. I absolutely swear by the Ordinary's rosehip oil. It is fantastic if you have dry skin and super like flaky skin, acne scars it'll help with. It's amazing. It's like $10. Highly recommend that. I've tried the Squalane as well as the bee oil from the Ordinary, and the rosehip is still my favorite out of them. So if you're gonna do one of them, I would say go with the rosehip. I just like the scent of the fresh one better, but they do pretty much the exact same thing. And then every once in a while I'll like spice it up. I'll try like a sleeping mask or like a specific overnight treatment, or if I'm feeling like my skin just like really needs something thick on it, the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. I'll even apply it into certain areas to kind of like really sink into my skin because I know my skin loves that and I won't react to it at all. Wow, that was long. Okay, really quick, last thing before I wrap this up, I'm going to talk about kind of weekly treatment steps. So these are things that I don't do all the time, but I do every once in a while. I, like I said, love exfoliating. big fan of exfoliating. So I will do some sort of like exfoliating mask. There's a bunch of different ones. I recently just tried the Inkey apple cider vinegar peel. Really like that one. I was using Flash Mud from Glam Glow. I like that one, but I think it's insanely overpriced and I would never purchase it with my own money. Sorry. My roommate has the Ordinary the Red AHA BHA that is now illegal in Canada. That one's pretty good. I would go with the Inkey before the Ordinary, and you get the Inkey in Canada, but they're both nice options. There's so many. I feel like I could just list a bunch of things. If there's anything else that I'm forgetting to say out loud right now, I'll like throw it in the inserts that I'm throwing in here, but there's a lot of different products that I will use as kind of my weekly treatment steps. Oh, or just like a really intense exfoliant. So like Exfoliate from Kate Somerville is a good one. Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Peel Pads, where like they say to use them every day. I don't, because I'm cheap. We've done a lot of talking right now, but I think that's it. I think this is where I'm going to end it here. I hope this is helpful, especially if you're someone who comes from having like super dry and flaky and gross skin like I do, because the wintertime is rough. You'll see this more in action when I do like nighttime and morning routines for the winter. That's when you'll actually kind of see the products a little bit more than what I'm just showing here. But this way I was able to talk and give a whole bunch of information on all the specific products that I like and leave all the links down below, and it'll all be in one place for you guys for everything. So hopefully that's helpful. As always, all my links to everything else are down below. You can always hit me up on Instagram. Mostly use Instagram, let's be honest. I'm also like pretty much always on Twitter, but Instagram's the place I'm the most active, so hit me up on there. Like I said, feel free to subscribe, join the family. It's always great to have more friends, and I'm uploading pretty much every single day in December. Happy pseudo vlogmas. So I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye.